The Airbus Golden Rules for pilots are operational guidelines based on all of the basic flying principles, the adaptation of these basic flying principles to modern technology aircraft, and the provision of information about required crew coordination for the operation of Airbus aircraft. The objective of these Golden Rules is to also take into account the principles of flight crew interaction with automated systems and the principles of crew resource management, in order to help prevent the causes of many accidents or incidents and to ensure flight efficiency. The following 4 Golden Rules for pilots are applicable to all normal operations and to all unexpected or emergency situations. If you are ready, let's start with first Golden Rule. Number 1. Fly, navigate, communicate, in this order and with appropriate task sharing. Fly, navigate, and communicate. The flight crew must perform these 3 actions in sequence and must use appropriate task sharing in normal and abnormal operations, in manual flight or in flight with the autopilot engaged. Let's explain it one by one. Fly. Fly indicates that the pilot flying must concentrate on flying the aircraft to monitor and control the pitch attitude, bank angle, airspeed, thrust, side slip, and heading in order to achieve and maintain the desired targets, vertical flight path and lateral flight path. The pilot monitoring must assist the pilot flying and must actively monitor flight parameters and call out any excessive deviation. The pilot monitoring's role of actively monitoring is very important. Therefore, both flight crew members must focus and concentrate on their tasks to ensure appropriate task sharing, maintain situational awareness, and immediately resolve any uncertainty as a crew. Navigate. Navigate refers to and includes the following 4 statements. Know where you are, know where you should be, know where you should go, know where the weather, terrain, and obstacles are, in order to ensure situational awareness. Communicate. Communicate involves effective and appropriate crew communication between the pilot flying and pilot monitoring, flight crew and air traffic controller, flight crew and cabin crew, flight crew and ground crew. Communication enables the flight crew to safely and appropriately perform the flight and enhance situational awareness. To ensure good communication, the flight crew should use standard phraseology and the applicable callouts. In abnormal and emergency situations, the pilot flying must recover a steady flight path and the flight crew must identify the flight situation. The pilot flying must then inform ATC and the cabin crew of the flight situation and the flight crew's intentions. The flight crew must therefore always keep in mind the key message: fly the aircraft, fly the aircraft, fly the aircraft. To safely and appropriately perform a flight, both flight crew members must have basic flying skills and must be able to fly with appropriate task sharing in all situations. Number 2. Use the appropriate level of automation at all times. Aircraft are equipped with several levels of automation used to perform specific tasks. The appropriate use of automated systems significantly helps the flight crew with, for example, workload management and situation awareness. The flight crew must at all times perform both of the following: determine and select the appropriate level of automation that can include manual flight. The decision to use manual flight must be agreed between both pilots and must be based on an individual assessment of the pilot. This assessment should include aircraft status, pilot fatigue, weather conditions, traffic situation, and if the pilot flying is familiar with the area. Understand the operational effect of the selected level of automation. Number 3. Understand the FMA at all times. The flight crew must confirm the operational effect of all actions on the FCU or on the MCDU via a cross-check of the corresponding enunciation or data on the PFD and on the ND. At all times, the flight crew should be aware of the guidance modes, armed or engaged, guidance targets, aircraft response in terms of attitude, speed, and trajectory, transition or reversion modes. Therefore, to ensure correct situational awareness at all times, the flight crew must monitor the FMA, announce the FMA, confirm the FMA, and understand the FMA. Number 4. Take action if things do not go as expected. If the aircraft does not follow the desired vertical or lateral flight path or the selected targets, and if the flight crew does not have sufficient time to analyze and solve the situation, the flight crew must immediately take appropriate or required actions. The PF should change the level of automation from managed guidance to selected guidance, or from selected guidance to manual flying. The PM should communicate with the pilot flying, challenge the actions of the pilot flying when necessary, take over when necessary. Thanks for watching the video. If you find it helpful, please like the video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the other videos. Goodbye.